Okay, hey world, this video, I promise I won't always do a video every day, but I thought what I'd do today, considering I've just had dinner and I'm slightly panicked, I'm going to do a distractions from binging and purging video. My biggest behaviour was definitely purging. Binging's never been a huge deal for me, but I'm currently finding while recovering from anorexia that picking and the onsets of binges are beginning to occur, so I can kind of relate to a bit of it. So what I thought I'd do is how I stop myself binging or purging, because at the moment tomorrow I'm at 1 month purge free, which is really cool, but I need to try and keep it going. At the moment the urge to purge at the end of each meal is still really, really strong. I have to do everything in my power not to, so I just thought I'd go through my list. So the first thing is about purging, and it sounds really self-explanatory, and it was originally a rule put in place by my family because I'm doing Maudsley. But that is the fact that is the fact that I tend to not go to the bathroom after meals, and if I do, I am good at now asking my mum to come with me and to stand outside the door to stop me, so the temptation when I actually get in there is gone. I also used to find, I know this is really gross, TMI, anybody, but I used to purge in the shower, so I can only shower before meals. So that's another big thing for me. So that's my biggest thing, not going to the bathroom after meals to avoid the temptation. The other thing is doing what I find the end of meal times really distressing. Even if I don't find the meal itself that distressing, straight afterwards I get pretty upset. So doing something after the meal, whether it's like hanging out with my brother and him making me laugh by watching like stupid YouTube videos, or even just watching a good TV show, coming on here, watching other people, stuff like that. That can be really helpful. And then my favourite thing at the moment, I find sitting still after eating makes the urge to purge worse because I'm not exercising, and even though I definitely don't say that going to do hardcore exercise is a good idea, I now say to my parents, look, I'm really struggling, and we often just go for a really gentle stroll just for 10 minutes or something, because actually moving helps me feel a bit better. So that's a really good technique, and I think you can all take that on board. Even like things like, just stuff like that. The other thing I also find on the line of exercising, I often have sort of a party of one in my room by myself. I chuck on some daggy music, like some good old One Direction, and dance around my room like an idiot, and it's really good because I know my eating disorder knows that I'm burning a few calories, but on the other hand I'm having loads of fun and really enjoying myself, which is really good, and taking my mind off anything is a really good distraction. My next thing is to stop binging, and this sounds really self-explanatory as well, but my biggest issue with binging is picking. So I start off with my dinner and then I just keep on going back to the salad bowl or taking more burgers off the plate or anything like that. So I actually physically sit on my hands like that, and I'm getting much better at vocalizing my worries. So I tell whoever I'm with, be mum or dad or friends, that I'm struggling, and then I sit on my hands. And then the other thing now with Maudsley, another rule we put in place, I'm not allowed to do it, but things like dinner plates, the leftovers, I know it sounds really gross again, but I used to steal bits off the plates. So now what I do is the rest of my family clear up the plates as soon as everyone's finished eating to stop the temptation to keep nibbling and get it to disappear, and no longer the temptation's gone. The other thing I find really helpful is the hungrier I get, the more likely I am to pick and binge. So regularly a breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, dessert. Even if those snacks are just small, it's just something to time me over to the next meal and it stops binging and purging. Other things is it took a long time, but I've now opened up to a bunch of friends about my eating disorder, and especially now when I'm out with those particular friends, I'm able to vocalize what the hell is going on in my brain, and it really helps me to stop freaking out if they know and they're on the same page as me, which is really nice to know that someone understands even if they haven't been through a similar situation. Sorry, I had to stop the camera, but keeping on going now. The other thing I do, and again, you're probably doing it now, but I watch other YouTubers and I get as much inspiration as I can to recover as possible. So if I come on and watch my favourite vloggers or go on Tumblr and find pro-recovery, obviously not pro-ana or pro-mea, but pro-recovery websites and blogs, and just see what's really good and what's coming up. Other thing I do is I get out my diary and I flick through it and I go, this is what I've got to look forward to. For me, I've got a holiday coming up at the end of next year with a whole bunch of mates. I'm finishing school. I'm going to start uni. There's all this stuff to look forward to, and there's all this stuff that if I purge or if I binge, I'm going to be putting in the distance. So I need to keep this stuff together in order to get on with my life and enjoy myself, because this eating disorder has been a massive impact on my life for the past 2 years, and I need to get past this. So that's another huge one. Other things sounds really silly again, but getting some affection, someone reassuring me. So if I go to my mum or even my dog or my cat and just have a cuddle and just say, look, I'm struggling, can I have some love? It's a big deal for me. I live off affection. I'm a really affectionate person. So that's really helpful. Yeah, so they're my main things. I hope some people have thought of some new ways to distract themselves from binging and purging. Love you all, and we're all going to get through this, warriors.